Previously on the Fred Flair Show, we interviewed the geniuses of the small object and my paper crane
in our ongoing series celebrating this year's Renegade Craft Fair in Brooklyn. In this episode, we get the inside scoop from the Austin Craft Mafia.
Super cute, sparkle pop, crock pot, rock. Feeling so good, let's rock to the top. Banana beat, chocolate shake, easy bake cake. On the dance floor, the moves we're gonna make. I love it, I love it.
We're here with Jen, my new girlfriend from Naughty Secretary Club. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for coming by the booth.
And it's my pleasure. I am really curious, how did you start Naughty Secretary Club?
Well, it started off as more like a webzine with band interviews and crafting tips and such. But then I started making jewelry. And then from there, I got like an interview in Bus Magazine or a feature in Bus Magazine. And it was like, I had to make the life decision. Do I make jewelry for a living or do I be a secretary for a living? So then I kind of went into the jewelry thing. And then from there, it was like, sadly, I didn't have time to do the band interviews anymore or the crafting tips anymore. So now jewelry and crafting is my life.
This is one of your pieces, right?
It is. It's a very old and dirty piece. Actually, I don't think I've stopped wearing it since last year's Renegade Craft Fair when I made it.
You love it that much.
I do love it that much.
Now tell us a little bit about the Naughty Secretary Club look. Like, what inspires you? What's kind of the message behind your jewelry?
It's all, well, I started out doing resin jewelry. That was kind of my shtick at the beginning, but then I just got so sick of that because it was the same thing over and over again. And I just always loved like kitschy, crazy jewelry. So I just started like, well, I'm going to make my own version of it. And then I started finding places to get beads and other things like that. So my look is pretty kooky, pretty out there. I mean, it takes a special someone to be able to like pull it off. Why make boring jewelry to me? Why make wee little pieces of boring jewelry? I mean, it's just not for me. It's not what I ever wear. It's not what I've ever worn. So it just never made sense for me personally to make that kind of jewelry.
Now, you girls from the Austin Craft Mafia, you're probably, I would say, the most famous people at this show. You know, you're all on TV, you're all like super exciting. Now, how are you crafting and doing the Austin thing and the Naughty Secretary Club and MySpace? Like, how does it all kind of fit together in your scheme?
Well, honestly, MySpace isn't that tricky. It's add friend, accept friend, accept friend, accept friend. So, and I love MySpace. I mean, it's fun. You get to connect with a lot of old friends, but also just as far as like businesses go, I mean, it's a great free marketing tool. Anybody that has an independent business is a fool if they do not have
Do you use MySpace a lot for your marketing?
I really do. I can look at my statistics and I can tell you heads and tails I get more hits from MySpace.
I want to know about the whole TV thing. How did that come about?
Well, Vicky Howell, who's in the Austin Craft Mafia with us, has her own show on the DIY network called Nitty Gritty, and and they loved her, and then she said, well, I'm in this group called the Austin Craft Mafia, and we all craft, and blah blah blah. You might really like us. We all kind of focus on wearables, and they sent someone out to kind of interview us, and lucky for us, they liked us.
Well, how could you not love you girls? You're all so cute and exciting.
Thanks, you're nice. I hope America likes us too.
Now, you have a spin-off show, is that right?
I do. From that show, I got my own show called Craft Lab that's going to start airing in the fall. And some of the vendors here at the Renegade Craft Fair are actually guests on the show.
Now, do you have any advice for our viewers on if you're crafting and you want to start a business and become like a whole media empire like Jen Perkins?
Thanks. Gosh, the number one thing is like and I say this again and again, I'm really big on marketing. Like, I think what you can do is really important, but I think it's almost 40% what you can do and 60% how you can spin it and market. I mean, that's all that's really, really important is like the marketing thing, just as much as the talent thing.
So where do we find Naughty Secretary Club? What's your website address?
It's naughtysecretaryclub.com. Don't forget the club part.
Don't forget the club.
I'm here with Jenny Hart, the super talent behind Sublime Stitching. Jenny Hart is one of the Next Big Thing winners, 2006. Can you tell us a little bit about your entry, what you are selling on fredflair.com?
I design contemporary embroidery patterns. I wanted to reinvigorate an interest in hand embroidery because it was a lost art. No one was doing it. And I couldn't believe that there weren't tiki drinks and retro cats and roller derby girls for people to stitch up. So I started making them.
How did you get started crafting?
Well, I have a background in fine art, and I wanted to experiment with embroidery in my artwork. And then in between, I just wanted small projects, but I didn't like the patterns that were available. And I had the idea of starting a company, and that was how I met Tina and Jennifer. We started talking about our ideas for starting craft companies, and it was just like lightning in a bottle. We would just bounce ideas off each other. And we started combining our resources to pay for print ads that maybe we couldn't afford on our own. And that was really how the Austin Craft Mafia was born. It really became a larger group that represented an entrepreneurial model to inspire other people to start their own companies, to give it a try, and to seek other people in the community for help and support instead of just trying to do it on your own.
I'm so inspired by the way you girls work together and the way I think you're embracing both like craft and business and just trying to help each other.
Well, thank you. It is kind of, they do seem like, what's the expression, unlikely bedfellows maybe? I mean, it's a struggle because we have to educate ourselves constantly about the business, but we also like doing things in a non-traditional way. And I think that's really what has made our businesses successful is maybe, I always tell people I promote Sublime Stitching like I used to promote my band.
Awesome.
Guerrilla advertising, and we all do that, and it works.
And it seems like it's really grown, Sublime Stitching. You have all kinds of lines and kits.
I have 28 different pattern themes. I have 2 different kits, but they're all customizable. You can get whatever type of pattern pack you want in it with any type of textile, like a pillowcase or a baby bib. I have 2 books with Chronicle books, and I'm also starting to design tools. Like I've got pink embroidery scissors and transfer paper, things that people are looking for that they can't find in the craft stores.
This is a brand new item.
This is my new book from Chronicle Books. It's called Sublime Stitching, Hundreds of Hip Patterns and How-To. And the front half of it is all projects, brand new projects, and the idea is to put embroidery in the simplest language possible. Most instructionals assume you grew up with a needle and thread, and that's just not true anymore. Most of us didn't have our mothers teaching us how to knit and crochet. And then the back half is all new embroidery patterns. These are iron-on embroidery transfers.
Amazing. Baby
Baby heads are good for blankets. These are a little more traditional. And then the way the book was designed was that you can cut these are my favorites, the rumba dancers.
All right.
I'd wanted to do rumba dancers for ages.
Oh my God.
So what you do is you cut these out.
Who's that?
It's Mr. Calypso for you.
Oh, it's a Mr. Calypso.
Yes,
party.
there you go. No, it's all right. And then what you do is you iron this on fabric.
Okay.
It's made with a special ink, so you get multiple imprints. It just fades with each use.
Oh, okay.
So you can make
Great.
hundreds, thousands of projects from this. And then there are folder pockets on the inside front cover. And when you're done and you want to store them, you just slip them inside the pocket. So you can get it.
Show it again.
You can get it anywhere.
And actually, at fredflair.com.
Fredflair.com.
Yes,
Best
of
of all, get it
course.
from fredflair.com.
Absolutely. Can you give our viewers either some advice about, small business, a little tip, something that you learned along the way, or something that you learned recently, like this year, something new?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm constantly learning things. I think the thing that I would say to anyone starting out is that they have opportunities now that they've never had before where they can test a business or a concept on the internet without having to devote themselves to doing a brick and mortar shop, for example, and maybe mortgage their house and really not know if it's going to work. And I think they should take advantage of that. There's also an incredible community that's willing to support them and is looking for new ideas.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great talking
Thank
with
you.
you.
It's
We
so
love
much fun.
Sublime Stitching.
I love Fred Flair.
And I can't wait to see everything coming your way. I hear there's talk of a unicorn pattern coming.
I think maybe there is. You'll just have to see.
I think unicorns are the new owls.
Yes, I think so too. Definitely.
So really, it's such a pleasure. Thank you
It's
so
mine
much.
too.
And lots of success to you.
Thank you.